The real issue for me is his own separation from the failures, putting himself aside from losing 4 out of 5, essentially saying the results don't change, the players don't change, managers are the only things that change, so I have to imagine that it's those guys over there.
Yeah, they're the constant.
I couldn't be the problem. None of this sticks to me. It has to be them. It's Captain Deflecto all over again. And we thought we had enough of that with Moreno, but no, it's been activated and activated in full mode by Antonio Conte. That if we're bad, it has to be them. If we're good, then it's us together. That is a really, really slippery slope to have as a manager, because if there was ever anything that truly loses the team for you, is doing this.
Right.
If the players were teetering, if they were kind of hoping to get on board to whatever message you had to put out there, then this, and I mean, there's no doubt about it, this pushes everybody off the boat. Everybody's now going like, this guy's who we have to play for? So then, a guy who has been around as long as he has doesn't do this by accident.
Right.
This is just blowing everything up and let me get out of here because this is not for me. I made a mistake coming here. Let me get out. I don't want any part of this. I'm just going to blow it up. Please fire me. We have seen this attitude before from Antonio Conte, in which towards the end at Chelsea it was almost as if every press conference was sending a message, I'm here, fire me. Why haven't you fired me yet? I'm ready to go. That has been his attitude before, and it's not surprising that he's doing it now. What's surprising is that he's been so quick, and that he's been so quick to say, it's them, it's not me, deflected on them, has nothing to do with me and my reputation. Please, you guys, Spurs, do not ruin my reputation. It's all your fault.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this is an interesting situation because Conte coming to Spurs, it felt strange because here was a manager whose stock was incredibly high. It was like a renowned winner, and you're thinking, well, is he going to be able to get Spurs into shape? And so what I wanted to ask really was to Stevie, when he was coaching, like you can do the tactical stuff and all that, but what happens if you actually look around at your squad and the mentality that you want them to have isn't there? Do you think you can coach that into them? Or is it a case you have to accept it? And then at that point, if you choose to accept it, doesn't that make you essentially the same as them?
I'll tell you what you have to do. And I did it. When I joined the Reds, we were rock bottom. And we're rock bottom because, yes, other teams had better players, but we also had absolutely no atmosphere around the place and no togetherness.
Right.
And so you accept, when you're building something, that you're going to lose games. Now, nobody wants to lose 4 out of 5. But you have to keep a smile on your face. You can't go around with your head between your legs if you're in charge. They have to see that you've got hope.
Right.
And it's like, if the manager's got hope and faith in me, then I'm going to give him everything I've got. Now, when you go in your office and you shut the door and you bring your coaching staff in, and now you can start slagging everybody to death. Going, how are we going to win on Saturday with this mob? What? Oh, no, we're playing against them, and he's going to be up against Sam. So you can have your 10 minutes of losing it, but you know what? As soon as you open that front door again and you walk out, you go, right, this is how we're going to win. This is what we have to do. You've got to encourage them and bring them along. And the ones that you know you want to get rid of, you've got to just keep them. At least get 100% effort out of them until you can make the change. So you do that, but if you're going to step into that knowing what you've got, don't blame them when it goes wrong. You're there to help them.
Right. Hey, how about a basic concept? Do your job. Yeah. That is part of the definition.
Yes.
These are the players you have available, and so work with what you have and make the best out of it. Instead, the solution is, this guy's, it's not for me.
Nadem, how's that locker room feeling tomorrow at training?
Imagine what they feel like now, probably on the coach on the way back, thinking, well, the manager's basically just said, well, none of us are good enough, and also doesn't believe that any of us have got the right mentality. And at this point there, I think there'll be a split, because some people, as you guys have been alluding to, will be really upset by that. And I think there'll be some as well who said, "Oh, I'll try and prove him wrong." But the fact is, it seems like Conte has distanced himself from that playing squad. But then again, you ask yourself the question, like, was he forced to go and manage Tottenham Hotspur with the players that they have there now? Did he not do the due diligence to understand the task that he'd have at the front door? You know what I mean? So I don't get it. But as a player, it's not a great situation to be in. But the manager has all the power. He came in with a high stock level, and it's not really dropping any lower, even though he's throwing them under the bus. And as the players, it seems like all the blame's falling to them. They lost 4 out of the last 5, and people are going to be asking questions of them because, God forbid, if they ask what's wrong with Conte.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.